here, we know the facts, what actually prevents heart disease. And it says for both men and women, the biggest factor that contribute to heart disease are smoking, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, family history, and age. We can change the family history. The genes are what they are. We weren't asked to be born to whatever parents we were born. We inherited their traits, good or bad. High cholesterol could be inherited from your parents, even your grandparents. We can control what we put in our mouth. So if we have a family of high cholesterol, we have parents who have high cholesterol, chances are we will have high cholesterol also. Well, we don't have to consume such high-fat diet to contribute to that cholesterol. Certain things we can control, certain things we can't. Another thing that is crucial in preventing heart disease is smoking. I don't know, I would have to say that I don't think any of you do smoke. However, by smoking, people increase heart disease extremely. Just cutting that alone is going to decrease it. Extreme alcohol consumption also. Actually, smoking and alcohol constrict the blood vessels, and the blood cannot flow through them. And this is why we get heart attacks and heart disease. So number one to prevent heart disease is stop smoking, consume a healthy diet. Carry baby aspirin with you at all times. It can save your life. It can literally save your life. Okay. Number four, exercise. Move around, just walking, 30 minutes a day, that's all it takes. Move around. Another disease also that all of these factors that I just mentioned, as well as family history, is diabetes. A person who has heart disease, diabetes and heart disease go hand in hand. And I know from working in the healthcare industry for over 20 years now, that I come across, especially African American population, that have diabetes. Very high numbers of African American population is diabetic. They don't even know it. I can ask you now, how many of you go to the doctor on a regular basis? How many of you go once? You don't count. You are not a woman. I'm sorry. I didn't
I go once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, every month I go 2 times.
Okay. So, but many don't. You see, 2 of you out of the whole group. It is extremely important to go to the doctor once a year at least. It is extremely important to know your numbers. When I'm talking about numbers, I'm not talking about your height and weight. I'm talking about your cholesterol level, your blood sugar level. Those are the 2 most important numbers in our bodies. Anything over 120 on a glucose test, it's considered to be diabetes. You might not be insulin dependent at that time, and you can still control it with the diet to bring it down. 120 is anything from 100 to 120 is a borderline. We call it borderline. Now it's up to you what to do with it. Anything above 120 is considered to be diabetes. How do we get diabetes? Alcohol consumption? Overweight? Yes.
Do
You know how, yes, alcohol consumption definitely promotes. Starch, thank you. Starch is the #1 thing that increases the diabetic risk in a body. What kind of starch?
from the food we eat. Starches food we eat.
Like rice, potato, fufu.
Anything white. White starch. White potato, which has even lower risk than anything made with white flour. As soon as you put it in your mouth and you start chewing, it turns into sugar. And it goes right in your tummy, and from there goes all over your body, through your blood. White flour, white rice. Those are two biggest things that promote diabetes in the body. You can switch to whole wheat flour, whole wheat bread, brown rice. Grains are so extremely, extremely nutritious, and grains we need in our bodies. However, there are choices we can make. Instead of buying a nice a nice loaf of Italian bread, which I absolutely love, and especially with cheese on it, tastes really good. But I am almost 50 years old, and I cannot eat bread and butter and white bread and cheese. I know I can't. I have history of diabetes. My grandfather died from diabetes. My mom has diabetes. I will fight with my hands and nails and whatever I have not to get diabetes. Because I saw how my grandfather lost his legs.